Doyle here, welcoming all of you to another season of Indians baseball.
Here's a list of players we'll be inviting to camp.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
We'd love for you to come to spring training for a shot at this year's club.
By the way, you were with me last night. Who's this chick on top of me?
We'd still like to take a look at you at our spring camp.
Not sure I can make it by then.
Who is that?
Serrano.
What's his religion?
Voodoo.
Hey! Willie Mays Hayes here. Play like Mays, and I run like Hayes. How you doing? What the hell league you been playing in?
California Penal.
Don't you have any proven major league talent?
Now I want to put together a team that'll help us relocate to Miami.
You want us to lose?
We've been losing. What I want is for us to finish dead last.
This year, the Cleveland Indians have a multi-talented team. The first offering, just a bit outside. They're masters of the sacrifice.
He's looking to sacrifice a live chicken.
One whole chicken, just like you said.
The double play.
Excuse me.
I have a much better body than she does.
Begging for me, she really does.
And the pick-off.
Every time we win, we peel a section.
Tom Berenger.
Zipper on your skirt stuck.
Use your imagination.
Charlie Sheen.
These things make me look ridiculous.
Seeing's the most important thing, son. I don't think it's that important.
Corbin Burnson. And Bob Uecker. Haywood swings and crushes one towards South America. Major League.
That ball wouldn't have been out of a lot of parks.
Name one.
Yellowstone.
Welcome back to Reels Booze Bros. If this is your first time tuning in, I encourage you to subscribe to the show so you can hear all the fun episodes we have created and for future shows coming up. For everyone else, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, rate, and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and whatever platform you enjoy listening to us on. Reason why, it helps us know what you like and want so we can bring better content to you. Lastly, check out our brand new website at reelsboozebros.com. You can find all of our social media there, links, and some great content that goes with the show. Now, on to the booze and the reels. I'm your host, Jay, and my co-host here, Brian, Nick, gentlemen, back at it again. How we doing?
Doing well tonight.
Doing good.
Very nice. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so last episode was John Wick. Brian, anything you guys want to add real quick before we move on to this next episode? Because I know John Wick was your jam. We heard there was another side of you that we didn't see, a very soft, tender side from the John Wick episode.
I don't think I got much to add in there.
Okay, good, because we don't have all night. Thank you. We'll shut it down at that. And we brought, so that was a close to the Keanu trilogy for us. And as of right now, we are in the start of baseball season. So to keep it aligned with what's going on, the reel we'll be doing tonight, Major League. I hope you guys are excited about this R-rated comedy as I am. But before we bring in some home run quotes and some scenes, let's go to the booze we got drinking for tonight. So, as you know, in the movie Major League, we have the Cleveland Indians, and the major, I guess, villain of the movie is New York Yankees. Us being from the area, our Yankees is our team. I brought from Blue Point Brewing Company the Pinstripe Pills. You'll see that up later on my Untapped app, and also on the website of what we rated it. It's an okay beer. It's good for a ballpark. It's probably a little expensive over there at the ballpark. I put it on par.
Expensive. You kidding me?
It's a $10 beer.
The one you put, whatever you paid for that 6-pack is what you're getting at the stadium for one.
For one, probably.
Not even. It's going to be more than what you paid for that 6-pack. What'd you pay for the 6-pack?
I don't remember.
$9.99?
Probably.
It's probably a $12, $14 beer.
Yeah, probably. Well, like I said, when you do get it at the stadium, they do make a nice little design in the foam. So you could have the New York Yankees.
That's what you pay an extra $6 for.
Yeah, hey. Still drinking it down.
I call this a Belgium dip.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy that foam.
Let me shape that with my balls. Get a little extra salty for you.
So, yeah.
Okay, very good. So yeah, I said I put this beer on par with another, like a Miller Lite, Coors Light, something like that. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. Nothing really gets.
It just fits the theme.
That's all. That's basically it. Fits the theme. We got some other ones going on. I want to try out that we have there. We'll throw some later on. I'm not get too crazy. I do have work tomorrow. I'm going to try to pace myself tonight.
We're not calling out like you did last time.
No, I don't have any more hours to comp out. I don't want to use a sick day, so we'll see how it goes. All right, some background. Major League is a 1989 American sports comedy film produced by Chris Cheeser and Irby Smith, written and directed by David S. Ward. That stars Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Wesley Snipes, James Gammon, Bob Uecker, Rene Russo, Dennis Haysbert, and Corbin Burnson. Let's see. Made for $11 million, Major League grossed $75 million worldwide. Major League deals with the exploits of a fictionalized version of the Cleveland Indians baseball team. It spawned 2 sequels, Major League 2 and Major League Back in the Minors, neither of which replicates the success of the original film. So that's what I got for background. I don't want to go too far.
I just want to add one thing about the background. The only thing fictional about the Indians in this movie was they actually won something. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
That was the only thing fictional.
That's true. So, all right, now on to the reviews. Rotten Tomatoes, 83% tomato meter, 84% audience score. IMDb, 7.2 out of 10. The Metacritic, a Metascore of 62 out of 100. User score, 7.1 out of 10. So that's what I got for the review scores. So now let's go on to our reviews and thoughts. Brian, I'll start with you. What do you think about this?
I think I'm pretty much right on par with like the scores. Maybe not whatever the user score was a 7.1.
7.2, no, 7.1, yes, for a Metacritic user score.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm probably like, mid 8s in this movie. It's probably, I don't know, it could be like it's definitely in the top 5 like greatest baseball movies ever made. Could be number 1 for me. I don't know.
Really?
I'm probably going to lean towards Moneyball as number 1 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Not like Field of Dreams?
I was going to say, Field of Dreams isn't up there?
Angels in the Outfield?
No, Field of,
you
if
cocksucker.
you're going to tell me what I'm going to list in there, then Field of Dreams, Moneyball, Major League, The Natural, and Bull Durham are in my top 5. But I do love Moneyball. Fantastic. But this movie, what puts this movie compared to the other ones, this one's so damn quotable. It's just a simple story, like from a rags to riches story, and just like every character in here is just fucking fantastic. Like the stuff they came up with and the lines in here, like this is arguably one of the most quotable movies like that we amongst our friends will still use on a day-to-day basis. So this will never not be quoted.
Now that we know your softer side, you could tell the truth. It's the love story between
Was it a love story?
Taylor and his babe that really drew you into the movie, wasn't
Jake
it?
Taylor?
Yeah.
No, I was like, oh, come on, man.
No, you weren't. You're like, eating that shit up. You're like, get her back. Get her back.
Yeah, you stalk her, you creep ass motherfucker.
No,
Love in the 80s. It was great.
That's called stalking, harassment, and possibly sexual assault at some point. It was a little too much, in my opinion. I think the love story was pretty bad. I was like, all right, he's going back. No means no, Jake. Get the fuck out of here. She's engaged. You lost, buddy. But I tell you, I love me an R-rated comedy. One of my favorite types of genres. Comedy,
without a doubt.
R-rated. Oh God, I'm in tears. I continue to stay laughing at some of the lines still going on. I forgot a bunch, but they just pop back up. I'm like, God damn, this is so good. Nick, so what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really good movie. I don't know if I'd give it 8.5, but it's definitely up there. Like you said, Jay, it's a lot of funny one-liners, a lot of great roles. Everybody did a great job in this movie, and yeah, that's about what I feel about that.
Yep. Got this. Everyone's cast perfect. Again, I felt there was more quotes than actually, because this is like similar to Zombieland. It's a shorter movie, and then there weren't that many big scenes. A lot of it was all together, like I Love Me a Montage, the montage of the winning. Whenever you throw a montage in there, I'm all about it. You got me hooked on. So the quotes is really what keeps this movie together. Again, the love story, very forced, very creepy. If you compare it to nowadays, I guess that was the way to do it.
I think even back then,
was
a little strange.
I guess they're trying to get the female audience
Just
in there.
follow her home.
Yeah, just so he's
Just
like,
Taylor home.
yeah,
That's okay.
Was it like high school stuff? I'm like, that's okay. Well, anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. I'm gonna stay away from the love story. But you know what? Let's keep this momentum going. Usually we take a break here, but let's go with favorite scenes. Nick, you want to start out with some favorite scenes you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much. It's really just 2 because I'm with you with it's more about the quotes and the scenes in this one. But the 2 that really got me was during the training camp when they were all checking their lockers for the red slips. Specifically for me, it was you see Serrano with that big ass snake.
Yes.
And then you see Willie Mays Hayes with that tiny little like necklace snake. Like, it's probably a garden snake, and he's like doing the same
So
thing.
it's a python versus like a garden snake. And he kisses it. And he's like, ugh.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why. That just had me cracking up. And then
Good, like 30 seconds of laughter.
Yeah. And then the other scene for me was right after they all come back to Cleveland from training camp when Taylor is on the Jake Taylor's on the field by himself, and he steps up and he's doing that like scenario of the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and calling his shots. And that was big for me because it shows like his youthfulness and like he still got that dream of being a big star. And I mean, every one of us has played baseball and called their shot, and with your friends in the backyard or whatever, so to see that was great. And then just to have Mays and Vaughn show up and then start mocking him, and they're like, was that a slider? And then I love how they both put their hands on their foreheads.
It was
like,
out of here.
A little foreshadow there for getting in the movie.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
then that was it for me on the scenes.
Okay, so Brian, what you got? You probably got a laundry list of scenes right here.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a bunch of scenes. So, like, the first one is, like, I actually really like the opening credits, and I just like the beginning song, like the beginning of the movie. And it just kind of sets the tone for, like, Cleveland, especially, like, for this time. Like, they were just perennial losers, like, in every sport. Like, they didn't win in basketball. They didn't win in football. The team was almost taken from them a few years after when...
It was taken from them.
Yeah, a few years after. The Indians were terrible. So, like, they're just... all the fans are just like, I don't know who these fucking guys are.
They're still shitty. I want to jump in. I want to jump in real quick. Is the opening scene credits that has Randy Newman singing the song?
Yeah.
And Family Guy has ruined Randy Newman to me.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of him in that one episode. Where he's like blah 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 blah, or like,
And the man eats an apple.
he's narrating.
Takes another bite. And another bite.
I couldn't think of it. I hear his voice in the background. I'm like, he has such a weird voice. Anyway, I'm sorry, Brian.
No. So that was good. I just liked how they had the whole dynamic of the city and, like how they're like dying for a winner. So that was pretty cool. For the next scene I have, it goes straight into the spring training with the intros of all the guys when they're first pulling up to spring training. And then, the manager, Lou Brown, sitting there with the GM, Charlie, and the other coaches. And then it's just like one character after another, and it's just like every guy just shows up. I thought you didn't have I thought you didn't have any high price talent. Don't worry about him. He's only high priced.
What do you mean, Dorn? He shows up with the golf clubs and like the members only sweater.
Yeah, Jake Taylor. He's like,
Wish we had him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I wish we had him 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We did. And he was like, all right. So then it was just like, Serrano, what did he come for? He was like, he wanted religious freedom. What's his religion?
Voodoo.
And then when Ricky Vaughn gets dropped off on the motorcycle with this garbage bag just coming out and just points at the guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at this fucking guy. And then Lou Brown, it's my sort of team.
My God. I wish I had the deep voice.
Yeah.
My kind of team. That's not.
So,
sounds more like Bane.
Yeah.
I was really born in the fire.
So yeah, I love that whole scene with just getting to meet the guys that are going to be on the team eventually. And then going into, like Jay said, there's the montage. So you have the spring training montage with all the guys, and it just shows like them all in their positions and everything, and like their struggles of what they're trying to do and get better. But the interaction of Lou Brown with each one, you better when he's talking to Jake, like, you better lie to me if you want to make this team.
How are the knees, Jake? Throw to second.
Yeah. Second base.
Shit.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite spots in there is when he's talking to Charlie Sheen. He's like, we wear caps and sleeves at this age, son. Yeah, he's like, he's like, let's see what you could do. And then all of a sudden he just fucking whizzes that ball fucking 96 miles an hour.
Breaks the sign.
Roger Dorn, he's like, don't give me that Olay bullshit. And then he's telling him he's got to do the fucking sit-ups, and he just fucking pisses right on the contract.
Yeah, brings the contract over. You see, I don't do any calisthenics that my contract says I don't feel it's necessary. What do you think about that, coach?
Just drops it on the floor and just fucking pisses. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I remember like being like 10 years old watching this movie for the first time. We're like, oh shit.
I think in the time of movies, I've seen only 2 movies where they take out a contract and they piss on it. This one, you remember the other one? It was in the it's not, I want to say, is it Airheads? No, they're
Oh, it could be Airheads. Yeah.
It was the one where they with Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser, where they're the they take over the radio station. Is it? No, it's not called Airheads.
Yeah, it's Airheads.
Airheads, and
Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler.
Yes, yeah. They were taking over the radio station just to play their song, Steve Buscemi.
Yep.
And then he pulls out the contract, and then one guy's like, he pisses on the fucking contract.
He wipes his ass with his own
Yes,
contract.
that's it.
I love this guy.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
So after the spring training montage, I have, obviously they find out who's on the team and all this sort of stuff, but the dinner. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I forgot about it. I was thinking about it. I look like... I'm sorry. Yeah. I look like a banker.
Once again, Charlie Sheen wearing no sleeves in this beautiful French restaurant.
And he's got that leather vest on and then a tie.
Jeans, a tank top, and a leather jacket. And he's puts
it's a
tie.
vest. It's like a vest. Leather vest. And then he's got the tie.
And the tie is like inside
not on
out.
a collar. It's not on a collar. It's just hanging. It's not tied up to his throat. It's just loosely hanging.
I look like a banker in this.
It's just so subtle.
I thought it was pretty cool because it was like, Jake just like he's the older guy taking these guys under his wing, and then give me one more good year, I could stick around, and hopefully these guys can get off to a good start.
And they sip the champagne or whatever, or the wine, and Willie Mays is just like he's squashing around in his mouth.
They got chili dogs on the menu over there.
Screw it, guys, I'll order.
Yeah. And then he wants it. This is where you meet his ex-girlfriend, whatever,
ex-fiance, I think it
whatever
was,
she was.
Yeah.
So you want me to drag him out there, kick the shit out of him?
Yeah. He looks up her hands and like, no, I guess not.
Yeah. So like that part was funny. So after the dinner, I'll go to the next scene would be opening day, and for me, like I love it because then you get to meet one of the best characters in the whole movie, which is which is Harry Doyle, which is their like TV commentator. So Bob Uecker is fucking fantastic in this movie. So every time he's on screen, he's amazing.
Just a reminder, fans, coming up is our Die Hard night here at the stadium. Free admission to anyone who was actually alive the last time the Indians won the pennant.
It's fantastic because like at that point, it's like. They didn't win in so long, so
35 years.
Yeah. Like I mean, like it was great. So I love that whole scene.
All right, hang on a sec.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was, but go ahead.
That was Wayne's World. The next scene I have is when Ricky Vaughn gets his glasses. So I just like it because when he walks into the office, at that point he's literally going to get sent down to the minors because he's obviously not performing the way he should be. But, the coach is talking to him, and he's just like, do you even, like, because he's just squinting. He's like, can you even see? Like,
he goes, check out, what's his face over there? And he's like, squinting like that.
What about him? What about him? So then when he actually does get the glasses and everyone's, like, kind of looking at him, and then, the old crafty vet, Harris is like, oh man, they look cool. I had a pair just like them, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, they're all like grandma glasses from like the 60s.
Doesn't he say like? Doesn't like the coach say like, oh, it could be worse? And then Willie Mays is like, no, it can't.
He's like, it's okay. He's like, seeing's the most important thing in Willie Mays. It ain't that important.
That's what it was. It ain't that important.
I feel like they're like called Bertha glasses.
Yeah. So then he's like, I'm going to pick out a pair that's more me after the game. So yeah, I love that scene. Just because of that whole like part right there. I go to the team rally scene when they figure out, they're 60 and 61 and, the GM's telling them like basically the plan of what the owner wanted to do. So, they all rally and, see them come together as a team and all that sort of stuff. And then, you get Jake then let's, the only thing we can do, win the whole fucking thing. So then, that was pretty cool. See a nice little rally and all that sort of shit. And then after that, I go to the ninth inning of, the final game in the movie. So seeing Vaughn come in, to pitch to this guy who's destroyed him.
All season long.
You want Vaughn? I mean, Rick Vaughn?
I hate this fucking song.
Yeah. So not only that, then it's like, I feel like that's the genesis of like closing music for closers. Because I don't think that's ever happened until this movie.
That's a little BTS actually. So
okay,
we'll hop onto that.
All right, so there's that, and then once again, like we said, with the foreshadowing of Jake Taylor calling a shot, but with the
bunting.
But yeah, the sacrifice
I like that.
bunt.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, no one did.
What a twist in the movie. What a twist.
Yeah, you would have actually thought it was going to be a home run, but hey, whatever.
Something.
So I mean, it was cool, and they win, and that's how the movie ends. So yeah,
going somewhere, meet.
Yeah, about 90 feet.
I see. So Brian, is that all you got for scenes on there?
That's all I got.
Okay, so I'll give you mine. So I have to agree. The player intros, I lumped it together. So I said player intros, the tryouts, and spring training. Loved all of it.
I've been cut already?
Yeah, I've been cut already. The next, like, get him a uniform. And so what else happened on there that I would get a little closer to? Oh, with I want to say every interaction with Pedro Serrano had me laughing. So it just starts with obviously the intro of him, like who the fuck is this guy? Asylum from Cuba for voodoo, for religion, and then he walks over the door and hats for bats.
Yeah.
Keep bats warm or something.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
Whoa, amigo.
Yeah. Never mind, you keep it. So, gracias. And then he goes there, and then the next one was with we get the introduction of Joe Boo, and then there's almost like a religious war going on throughout with him and Harris, the other pitcher throughout, and it's like, don't you ever touch Joe Boo's rum stuff. It's just, I loved everything with Pedro Serrano, and he basically curses him out later on, like, fuck you, Joe Boo, I do it myself. And yeah, I was laughing with everything in here. He could possibly be one of my favorite characters in this movie, but some other guys, I don't want to get too far into it. And then I guess the montage, any montage going on, like the montage in the spring training, the montage when they start winning the games, everything that's going on, I enjoyed that. I like the American Express commercial.
Yeah, don't steal home without it.
Yeah, steal home without it.
A little green home run heater.
Yeah, and it's like everyone's all uptight and trying to talk. We used to be nobodies, and we still are, but we have been winning, and stuff like that. Oh my God.
Now we're contenders.
Now we're contenders. And people still don't recognize us, even in our hometown. Stuff like, it was so good. Then again, I went with the final game. The build up from everything from getting the live chicken instead of a bucket of KFC to
should have went with the live chicken.
Serrano actually hits the home run.
Serrano hitting the home run. He curses out Joe Boo. He ties it up. Out there when he hit the home run, yeah, it was 2-2. I think they were down 2, and him and who was on first.
And like, how many times did you use that line? No matter what sport it was, you're going for a foul shot, right? You'd say, how? I mean, now Joe Boo, I say, fuck you, Joe Boo.
I do it myself.
Right? I do it myself. Like, I mean, I felt like me and my friends, no matter what it was, that line came out and we used it.
I'm gonna finish this lavender beer, Joe Boo. You're not gonna help me out. I say, fuck you. I do it myself. And we pushed through that lavender beer. So that was good. And then I want to go back into when they were playing, I guess it was with the Yankees the first time. Vaughn throws the pitch to what's his face?
When he hits the guy in the back?
No, that was after he hit the home run off of him. It's before he hits the guy in the back. So he throws it. It's the
the first baseman.
Yeah, the first baseman who's been killing him. I'll look back in a second. So guy slams it over there, and then they have the 3 little tribe friends in the background, and then they're just like, he's like, oh, it's too high, and they're like, no, it's not, and then it's like they start talking, and then he's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, I'm leaving. Where are you going? No, it's too hard. And it just reminded me of, if you remember our real bro fan Shane, it reminds me of him. The reason why is because a long time ago we had a party, and he's just like shouting, it's the striations! I swear, the striations of the shoe on the door. I've studied this before. For some reason, it brings me always back to that scene. Brings me back to being at Shane's house at a party. Someone kicked in the door with shoes. I'll let him explain it one day. So I loved it, and that's what I got for favorite scenes. You know what? Let's take our break here and see how get another beer. I think this one went down pretty easy. Let's go with something a little bit better. New York Pinstripe Pills was very nice, but we're gonna move on, and we'll be back with our quotes and everything else. Be right back. bats. They are sick. I cannot hit curveball. Straight ball, I hit very much. Curveball, bats are afraid. I ask Joe Boo to come. Take fear from bats. I offer him cigar, rum. He will come. All right. Reels, Booze, and Bros, RB2. We are back, and we're going to, let's bring it on with some quotes. That just started off. That's probably someone in here. Who would like to go first on this one? Guys, what do you think?
I can go first. I get it lead off to keep with the theme. So a lot of them we had already gone over, so I'm not even going to do them. But for what I have left over, one of the ones that really got me laughing was when I think it was against the Yankees when Vaughn like walked like 3 guys in a row, and then Doyle's like, how can these guys lay off pitches that close? He's like trying to make it sound like the pitches are a lot closer over the
bat. But then you just hear hear the ball hitting the backstop and just a bit outside.
It's just funny. How could these guys lay off pitches that close?
Even when he stole the base, he's like, when was it Willie Mays Hayes tried to steal it, and he just missed it. And he's like, oh, I don't know about that call. Or something like that. He was like
he wasn't even near the plate.
He was like a foot away from the bag. Oh, God.
And then the next one for me was when Taylor goes to follow, what's the girlfriend's name? I don't remember her name.
Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn. When he goes to follow her, and it winds up being the fiance's place, and there's the party, and as the fiance's walking him out, he's like, stay away from her. And then Taylor's like, suck my dick. Takes little things for me. Yeah, and then that's really, we really went over like all the quotes that I had already.
There we go. Oh, there's more. I guarantee. I don't know, Brian. You want to go?
Yeah,
I've got some more too, but I'm gonna wait for my best character to bring them out.
Okay. All right, Brian.
So then there's I'll go right from the beginning when they're going over like who they're inviting to spring training, and they're like, and they're going over to they're going over to listen. Like one old man's like, this guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
So I just love it. He's just like, cross him off then. So
most of these guys never had a prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
So there's one of my favorites, classics, is you're trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball. Harris, there's is great. When Lou Brown's talking to Hayes, nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever fucking do it again.
And what a basket catch by Willie Mays Hayes on the outfield.
And he's just like, okay.
Yep.
You can't say goddamn on the air. He's like, don't worry, no one's listening anyway. Let me see what else I got here. I got a few more that we didn't.
The post game is brought to you by. Screw it.
The crinkling was Brian's notepad being changed.
Yeah, so we did the okay, Vaughn, you're a pitcher. We did that. We did the whole Joe Boo, fuck you thing. We didn't do yo bartender. Joe Boo needs a refill.
He gets smacked with the. I love like the voodoo music in the background. Gets smacked with the. It reminded me of Predator for some reason. I don't know why. Like in the Colombian jungle.
One of the other ones that I really like is when Willie Mays Hayes is on first base, or no, he's not on first base. It's the hitter from the Yankees, and he comes up and he's talking to Vaughn. He's like, "Oh shit, they let you back here." And then all of a sudden he's like, "How's your wife and my kids?"
Yeah. Then he slams the home run.
So I like when Harry Doyle's describing the Yankees closer. He's like, "This guy threw out his own son in a father-son game." Fucking everything he says, dynamite. And then the one that I really do like, and this is coming from Taylor, and this is in the bottom, and when he's getting ready to throw that final out, he's talking to Vaughn. He's like, "This is the out you've been waiting for your whole life." I thought that was pretty cool, And then he obviously strikes him out in 3 pitches, but there's so many quotes in this movie that it's just like one of those quotable movies where we bring them up almost on a daily basis. So that's all I got, and I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a few more in there. Let's see. You may run like Hayes, but you hit like shit. I had a lot of Lou Brown quotes, but I had to like pull them back. Like another one we talked in the previous podcast. Oh, I don't know. I got another guy on the other line talking about want to buy some white walls or something like
When
that.
he's getting up for the job.
It was like, what do you mean you don't know? It's a chance to coach in the big leagues.
I'll talk to you later, Charlie.
I see. And those are my two probably favorites. Lou Brown and Harry Doyle. I said Harry's like the post game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. To hell with it. Let's see. In case you ever noticed, and judging by the attendance, you haven't. The Indians have managed to win a few here and there, and are third to climb out of the cellar. They won like probably 3 games in a row, and there's like 2,000 fans in the stadium.
Look at it. Hear the roar of that crowd.
And they're making shit up. Oh yeah, they put him down.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's what I got. From there, I don't want to go too further on, but I would have to say it's back and forth between them. And get the full Pedro Serrano quote. I'm pissed off, Joe. I'm pissed off now, Joe Boo. Look, I go to you. I stick up for you. You know, help me now. I say, fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself.
Then crushes a home run outside the ballpark, I think.
Yeah, right out there. Hey, off the reservation, as I had to say on there. So, all right, so that's what I got. Anyone else want anything? We're gonna go straight to the movie awards. All right, best quote. I'm gonna nominate this. I don't think it's a quote, but it's the song, the Wild Thing song. Like Wild Thing, I think I love you. They start singing the song. It's
wow, that's a changer.
It is. That's what I'm throwing up a change up on there. Yeah. Oh, look at that theme on here. So I feel like whenever I think of those movies, the first thing I think of is the Wild Thing in that song.
A bit outside.
Yeah. So this is what does it for me, because I guess I don't think it's that quote at all, but whatever. This is what I feel. I want to throw it in there. What do you guys got?
I got too many to say. Like, what's my first one? I'll tell you right now. I think most of them were probably from Harris. Just going, yo, bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill. Then it's
oh shit, there's another one. They're in the plane and he does the sign of the cross about the
He's not fooled.
He knows.
So not only that, and then even on the airplane itself, when he's like, I think I need one of those bags, Vaughn.
Oh yeah, Willie Mays Hayes.
You want to go to stewardess? There aren't any stewardess. I don't even think there's any pilots.
What's that shit on your chest?
Yeah.
You tell me you put snot on the ball?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got arm
whatever I can on it.
Someday you will too. But then the other one, is trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball. Like, I love that line. Fucking love it.
Jesus. He no help.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's tough for me to decide, like which one it is right now. So you're gonna have to come back to me. But I mean, like, once again, you still got Ricky Vaughn. You want me to drag him outside, kick the shit out of him? Look like a banker in this.
That's a solid one. That's solid.
It's too many. Like, I can't settle on one because there's just too many.
So you have like a rotating door. Of quotes going in and out.
Talk to me like in a few minutes. It will change.
It'll change there. She never told me her name. All right, Nick. So what you got? Anything you want to nominate out there? Are you a rotating door as well?
No, I think for me it's got to be the Serrano quote of "You know, help me now." I say, "Fuck you, Joe Boo." I do it myself.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, that's like a solid one. I'd always go back to because I still say this now.
Yeah, when we're on the golf course, I'll say it on Thursday.
So Thursday, I'll probably say it. I'm definitely gonna say it now. And I'm gonna try to get a firework and M80 on the course and be like, "What? I gotta wake up clubs."
Oh man.
All right, so that's that. That's good. And all right, so I guess we'll decide something on the quote, whatever else, the Twitterverse.
I think everyone's just gonna have to chime in on this. There's too many that like I don't think you could go wrong with any quote that anyone has thrown out so far with what's your favorite one, because everyone has a different one from this movie.
Yep, totally agree. All right, now let's move on to best scene. Brian, what do you want to nominate there for best scene?
I'm going to have to go to spring training montage. Like, I just love it. It sets up the characters. And then just, like, the interaction of Lou Brown with all of them. He has funny lines and all the mistakes that they're making. And it just, I just love that scene.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Exactly. The player intros, tryouts, and stuff like that. And then
that whole 8-10 minute blog is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, you're totally correct. You get to see who everyone is, how funny they're coming in, and then the actual coach is just like, Jesus fucking, or like, this is my kind of team, and like this, and then the assistant coach is like, holy shit.
What the fuck did I sign up for?
Man, this is so. Nick, what do you think?
I think I got to go with the scene with Taylor, acting out, hitting the home run. I think that for me was the best scene.
That's cool.
It's true. It gives me goosebumps still to this day. Think about it. He just holds up and you're like, oh shit, this is it.
Just to get to do what you dream about as a kid. And even if nobody's in the stadium. Yeah. Just to get to do that. I thought that was
I don't think there's
awesome
anything
thing.
wrong with that scene.
No, I can get behind that one. So, all right. So look at that. We have to probably take to the Twitterverse on that one as well and see. Or the Gram It Up or the Book of Face. We'll see how it is. All right. Randy Watson Award, the best character.
Oh.
Nick, you said you had some lines and a guy for this. So who do you think?
I was watching the movie.
Renee Russo's character.
No. Close though.
This is bullshit. You know I had a better body than her.
I had to go to the Randy Watson show stealer originality of this award, and for me, I had to go with the assistant coach Pepper Leach. Like that dude, every time he was in camera frame, he was making me laugh. Right? I mean, think about all the one-liners he had. Right? So there was in the training camp. There was when they first start all coming in. Right? And there's when Vaughn. You were talking about Vaughn, and he goes, look at this fucking guy.
It's funny because our dad likes him as well, because the one scene that I know our dad loved was when Pepper is like puts the helmet on somebody and he's like pats him and just like
yeah.
Like nothing. He's like, you see that?
Yeah. Just being a good coach,
Yeah, he's trying to be legit. Well, everyone's always like a fuck up.
Right.
It's like what I get myself into. Time out. Okay, so we're back. Quick interruption. Sorry about that. Nick, Randy Watson, Pepper. We'll do a couple quick things. What else you got to nominate to fluff up Pepper over here?
So the next quote that I had from him was when Jake Taylor's walking up during training camp, and Pepper's the one who says, wish we had him 2 years ago. And then that's when the GM's like, we did. And he goes, wish we had him 4 years ago. And then when they're doing the sprints, and then that's when Willie Mays Hayes runs, he's like, who the hell is that? And then let's see, what else do I got? I got one more quote from him, and that's when Vaughn's pitching and the two coaches are standing behind the catcher.
Yep.
And then the one coach looks over and he goes, nice velocity. And then Pepper goes, sounded like it. I just all those quotes were just great. For me, being a show stealer of the Randy Watson genre, I had to go with Pepper Leach as my favorite character.
Yeah, Pepper we stated before, he's just a guy, he's got a great job. This is what he wanted to do in his life and trying to do it. He has a bunch of fucking ragtag misfits going on. He's just got to make the best of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Brian, who do you got?
I'm trying to decide. I have 3 options. So Harry Doyle, Serrano, and then Harris. They're all in the movie, but they're not in it obviously as much as Vaughn and Jake Taylor and even Luke Brown, which I almost threw him in there because when he does talk, it's fucking great. And that voice is just that raspy.
We ran out of towels, and I'm too old to be running into his locker.
Let me get that bitch on the phone.
That bitch is here.
Yeah. So, but it's tough between those 3. But if I had to really pick one between those guys, I'm probably going to go Harry Doyle, just because
it's a solid pick.
How many quotes did we come off with?
He
him?
was
Like,
great.
yeah,
He was great in that.
Oh yes, the fact he's drinking the Jack, and at one point he puts the Jack behind his ears. I do like
a little good luck charm over there.
he wants his like an
aftershave.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's obviously it's the '80s, and you could just get drunk and be an announcer. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Well, when your team's as bad as the Indians, you could.
And he's like, again, no one's listening anyway. So
I like how the games get on more and like the progression changes. So he starts with the Jack, like he's like, they fucking sucks. I'm gonna start like chugging Jack, and then he goes from there. He starts moving on to like beer. Like some Merle Lights going on in there.
Yeah.
And he has like next, at one of the other games, he has like cocktails with umbrellas inside.
Yeah, like the Mai Tai or whatever it was.
As they're winning, he starts getting high, some fancier drink.
couldn't wait for the mouthwash when they were really losing. Times are tough, man.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Brian. My two were, it was either Lou Brown or Harry Doyle. I can't, like I said, everything that like Lou says out of his mouth is like that raspy voice just does it for me. I can't picture anyone else besides him being the coach.
Definitely not.
Because like he's done it before. He's like, I'm tired of this shit, old fat guy with like, oh my god, the 80s or 70s mustaches. They're so that maybe we can throw like the Randy Watson award to the mustache. They had some good mustaches going on there.
There's only one mustache. Only one.
Yeah. So those are my two toss-ups. Again, all these guys you can't go wrong with. Nick, I even like yours. Like I forget about him because he just has such good lines. I'm laughing. I'm like, who's saying that?
It isn't a much character development, you don't even realize that it's the same guy. And I don't know how I caught it that it was just the same guy saying all these lines. I'm like, this guy's great.
He has like 5 lines, but they're all fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
and perfectly timed. And his deliverance of the lines are great.
He's even the one who made the comment about Vaughn coming out for the Yankee game.
Yeah. Or he's like, should I go get him? Like, what
Vaughn now?
Yeah, now? Let's see what he does. Oh, yeah, later on like that.
He's due.
Yeah. So, it's a tough one for all of us. We're always got different ones going on. All right, but let's go to Adrian Balboa, the worst character and who we want to punch in the face. I tell you what, for me, it's between Dorn and Phelps. So for some reason, Dorn just pissed me off the most. And obviously Phelps, because she's, in a sense, the villain, trying to take away the team. I don't know. What do you guys think? You want to jump in here, Brian, Nick?
I would say Dorn in the beginning, but I think he kind of came around. Yeah. Yep. I got one thing to say to you. Strike this motherfucker out.
Yeah. I didn't like the play when he tanked. Like that.
Right,
but then he turns it around.
Yeah.
And he saw him trying to get better when they had the winning streak. And
right.
He's like, oh,
taking
shit.
the grounders.
Yeah, all right, he had a little redeeming arc, but I'm not sure if it was bad enough.
What about Lynn's fiance? That guy kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I get he's trying to keep her.
Yeah, you know what? I don't. He wasn't in there that much, and
I know,
don't
but
think
he just had a punch
I got
in the face.
one. And this is strictly for the punch in the face and strictly for the fucking terrible mustache that he had. Haywood, the Yankee, the slugger. I couldn't stand him. And that mustache that goes down to the fucking chin. Like, trim it out the mouth, dude. What are you doing? It looks so stupid. I hate those fucking mustaches. Either grow the full beard or trim it at the mouth. He's my Balboa, my Adrian.
That's Nick's hot take on mustaches. So,
Doyle had a great quote to for that mustache. I'm trying to look for it, but I don't remember exactly. I guess.
It's not the mustache. He's leading the league in most categories, and even including nose hairs.
Yeah.
When this guy sneezes, it's like a party favors all over the
place. Damn it! There he is. That's it. Oh God, Harry's so good. All right, so that's what we got for those. Worst character, yeah, I can agree with them. I guess I'm still Dorn still pisses me off. Such a tool.
If he stayed a tool, I'd be with you.
Yeah. Okay.
If like something happened in that last game and he didn't hustle because he was worried about something and it almost cost him the game, then I could say I'd be with you.
Yeah, for sure.
But he turned it around. Okay. Strike this motherfucker out.
I guess a small redemption arc. All right, so let's go with a little BTS behind the scenes. So I'll tell you this. So the theatrical release includes added scenes of Rachel Phelps showing dismay with the team's success. An alternate scene included on the Wild Things edition DVD shows a very different characterization of Phelps. Lou Brown confronts Phelps over her plan to sabotage the team and announces his resignation. Phelps then reveals the threatened move to Miami was merely a ruse to motivate the team, as the Indians were on the verge of bankruptcy when she inherited them and she could not afford to hire star players or maintain standard amenities. She also tells Lou that she felt he was the right manager to bring the ragtag group together. Lou does not resign, but Phelps reasserts her authority by saying that if he shares any part of their conversation with anyone, she will fire him. So, alternate ending they had there. Basically,
better off without it.
Interesting.
Yeah. It didn't do well with the test audience because they thought she wanted to be the main villain. Then there was... Okay, so next one. The film was notable for featuring several actors who would go on to stardom. Snipes and Russo were relative unknowns before the movie was released, while Haysbert remained best known as Pedro Serrano until he portrayed U.S. President David Palmer on the television series 24 and the spokesperson for Allstate Insurance.
Yeah, now he's just the Allstate guy.
Yeah, right. So the longshoreman who was occasionally seen commenting and is shown in the final celebration inside a bar is Neil Flynn, who later achieved fame. He was the guy who said, these guys fucking aren't so bad, or these guys are shitty, or stuff like that with the...
Yeah.
So he
ain't
goes,
so fucking bad.
Yeah, he later achieved fame playing the janitor in Scrubs. And
that is him.
And then the father Mike in the middle.
Malcolm in the middle.
No, not Malcolm in the middle. Malcolm in the middle was what's his nuts?
Brian
Mike in
Bryan
the middle.
Cranston, thank you. Yeah, the middle is another one. So
the middle.
The middle.
Oh, gotcha.
He was the father of Mike in the middle.
Yes.
This is Flynn's first credited movie role. All right, and so Sheen himself was a pitcher on his high school's baseball team. At the time of filming Major League, his own fastball topped out at 85 miles per hour. And 2011, Sheen said that he used steroids for nearly 2 months to improve his athletic abilities in the film. No surprises. He was probably still high on cocaine from there and stuff like that, along with that. Let's see. Now, here we go. Nope, I'll go back to that one. So Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn was Charlie Sheen's best known role until he starred as Charlie Harper on 2.5 Men. So all the other shit that he did, he was only known for this role and 2.5 Men.
What?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Like, if I guess
what about Hot Shots?
Okay, Hot Shots Part 2.
And then what about
Platoon?
What is that? Platoon, right?
Platoon
what
was
is
right
that? Men
before
at
this.
Work.
Yeah.
Men at Work
Yeah.
was another good one. That strike that shit. Is that Wikipedia? Edit that shit out.
No, this is IMDb where I found some of the stuff at. Okay, so now here we go.
Probably his two most popular roles.
He had a lot of stuff in between those.
He did a lot of good, some good stuff. Men at Work was a great movie.
The Chase.
The Chase where he's in the BMW. Oh,
Yep.
yes. Oh, beautiful. All right, so here's another one. In the scene where Jake invades Lynn's party, one of the guests asks how much Jake makes in the major leagues. He replies, I make the league minimum. At the time, 1989, the MLB salary minimum was $68,000.
Which was a lot of money back then.
Average household income in 1990 was roughly $30,000.
Yep.
So he was making a very respectable double the average household income.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so now we talked about the intro music. So real life pitcher Mitch Williams with the Chicago Cubs at the time of the film's release was inspired to model himself after the Rick Vaughn character. He began to wear the number 99 and had Wild Thing played when entering games, shortly earning the nickname Wild Thing. In addition, the modern-day tradition of relief pitchers, mainly closers, having their own intro songs was largely inspired by this film. So there you go, Brian.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense.
there was that.
Like I know Mitch Williams was inspired by this, but like he wasn't really that good. He had a few moments as a pitcher, and then he like famously gave up the home run to win the World Series. So in like 1992 he was on the Phillies, and they lost to the Blue Jays.
Oh, who gives a shit about the Phillies? They suck.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
Was that the Joe Carter home run?
Yeah. I saw that, and then I saw like actually Charlie Sheen actually you said he was a high school pitcher. He actually got a scholarship to play for like Kansas,
Really?
or something like that, like a D1 scholarship. So that's kind of legit, you know.
But was that kind of like one of those college scams where daddy gave a donation?
Yeah.
Was he like one of those first ones?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Who knows? You never know. it's the 80s, so, whatever.
Oh, he didn't make it on the team. We still got to give him the scholarship.
Yeah, I got you. Could have been.
It could have been. Who knows?
See, anything else you got there, Brian? For the BTS?
I think that's all that I really saw. I think you kind of hit pretty much everything.
I got something really quick. Bob Uecker, he actually had been for nearly 20 years the radio broadcaster for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, he still is.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Love him.
Is he? I thought he stopped recently.
Maybe he may have retired, but I
think he had some health issues and he had to stop.
How old was he in that movie? He looked old then.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was probably in his late 40s in that movie.
Oh, he got some city miles on him, huh?
Yeah.
He did not age well.
People didn't age well back then.
Oh, no. It was all that Jack.
Yeah.
He did not age well.
It was probably actually the Indians who was watching.
He was doing it. I don't know how recent, but he was the voice of the Brewers for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the longer tenured guys, over 40 years probably.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, and now the famous question of the RB2 Reels Booze Bros podcast: can The Rock make this movie better? Anyone chime on this? For me, I say not one bit. I can't see him anywhere in there.
Trying to see him swing a baseball bat.
The only role I could see, and it would
Serrano?
be because the guy wouldn't have a mustache anymore, is Haywood, and that's it.
Like the
the bad guy.
Yeah,
the villain of the Yankees, Haywood.
Just so I could see that character without that stupid fucking mustache. But other than that, no.
I can't see him in this movie.
Can't see it either. So maybe he'd come in the tryouts and he just was so bad. He's like, listen, you're huge. Well, you're in the wrong sport. You should be playing football. And they're like, oh, and maybe with the Miami, Dolphins, something like that. And that's it. I don't know.
Go to Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. I see. Okay. So now, should there be a sequel franchise TV series? The second movie was The third one was garbage. They should have stopped at one, in my opinion.
I didn't watch the third one. I saw the second one. The second one's
I think I saw the third one, but I thought it was like the minor leagues, right?
Yes, it was the minor leagues.
Yeah, I think I saw the third one.
I saw it like in cuts. So it was very tough. Very, very hard to swallow. Like that lavender beer.
It's like one that you just, put it on. If you catch something, you catch something. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, you could have left this as a one and done. I mean, 2, like, I kind of like 2 a little bit. But once again, when you go from having an R-rated comedy to dropping it down to a PG-13, it's just never the same. You don't get those results.
No.
If you would have kept it as an R-rated comedy for the second one, I think you had a better shot at it.
I don't even remember the second one. I don't remember the story with it.
Wesley Snipes ain't in the movie. Omar Epps is in the movie.
Yeah, Omar Epps replaces Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes didn't want to do it again. I think he was.
Jake Taylor has to kind of retire. Vaughn is the starting pitcher, but then he gets too
big for himself. I remember that. It becomes like a showboat.
He becomes like a class act.
Right.
Guy,
He becomes like a Dorn.
Yes.
Yeah.
He throws like 50
I do
miles
remember
an hour.
that. Yeah.
Can barely throw anymore. Yeah, it was rough. Okay, so now let's.
I think the one thing I would say though, a prequel to show Taylor's career would be something I'd be interested in.
And then the downfall of him going to Mexico and Tijuana.
Well,
how it ends.
What the downfall was that led to that? Yes.
You're gonna pull this shit. At least you're gonna say you were from the Yankees. I'm hungover. My knees hurt.
Yeah. Oh, I know how he feels about the knees. What think we all do? Okay, so final thoughts, Brian. I'll go with you with final thoughts.
For me, this movie, like if you just want to fucking laugh your ass off, this movie is like one of the perfect choices to watch. It's so many quotable lines and funny parts in this movie. I mean, it's more of a comedy than obviously a sports movie. I mean, there's obviously sports driven, but it's just a comedy, and I love it from start to finish. I was simple, basic storyline, but it's the characters that make it and the lines that I'll still use to this day. So that's my take from this movie.
Exactly. So, Nick, what you got? Final thoughts on this?
Funny movie. I think if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. I think it's a great movie. Lots of laughs. Not something that you really have to devote too much thought or energy into, which is nice. It's nice to get those dumb comedies in every now and then. Just relax, laugh. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with you guys both on that. An R-rated comedy, always a classic. Always a good time in my book. I just saw myself this past time rewatching it, fast forwarding through the love scenes because it just felt It was too creepy.
Yeah, they didn't have to have it in
It didn't have it in there. It was very forced in there. But, I understand. They're trying to get the female audience at this point in that time frame. Other than that, very good movie. Hysterical laughs. Very quotable. Watch it. In with baseball. Yankees are still the number one team here in this. And that's it for this podcast. So what we're going to do is this was the last episode as we were wrapping up season 2. Woo! Season 2. Look at that. Fans, RB2 fans, season 2 is done. Season 3 will be coming up soon. Give me a bit on season 3. We got a lot of stuff going on ahead, a lot of future stuff planned on. We will be back in a few weeks with some stories, some new beer, and we'll kick off season 3 with, at this time, it's up in the air. Check our Twitter, check our website. We'll start dropping some hints. Maybe you guys can understand, get the clues going on to whatever movie we decide. Maybe we haven't picked one yet, which is most likely, but you never know. And if you want to be part of our RB2 fan experience, let us know. Drop us a line. You can find us out on the website. Once again, reelsboozebros.com. reelsboozebros.com. You'll see everything there. And that's it for us. And season 2 is coming to an end. Cheers.